welcome back to Bergisch land. It is now the 3rd week of June, so I've passed a couple of weeks, and the Holstein bull needs to be moved. It has consumed, it appears to have consumed all of the grass in the pasture that we've given it. It's been somewhat of a confusing period of time, in that it would occasionally appear like there is no grass left, and then it would have food, and then I've slept now for a bit of time, and it's showing as just having 41 liters of food, but that's only in the mineral feed bar. So yeah, I think we're going to move it. We do have a pasture that has some better grass in it, and the animal cane is up here. I'm hoping that I can guide it with the Kubota. I finished up the sward lifting in the herb grass field, so that's in pretty good state. But yeah, if we go to this guy, then we come in here, you'll see he only has 41 liters of food and his health has plummeted. So we're going to grab the animal cane, come in here. I need to probably switch on the interactive zone markers. There we go, because I wasn't sure entirely where the animal trigger was. But we do have another pasture down nearer the farm that I think we can move him to, and hopefully that will provide him with more sustenance. We do then need to mix up some feed. That seems to be a recurring feature of playing with Terralife, but there's not a lot else for us to do on the farm. So yep, I am kind of hoping that we can get back in the Kubota. There we go. Kind of hoping that, yep, there we go. The straps seem to have grabbed the animal cane. Yeah, I'm hoping that this one will sustain him for a bit as well. The Wagyu bull seems to be okay. I don't know if that eats less. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. I was hoping there would be more to do at this point, but alas, there is not. So I don't particularly want to take a contract. I want to try and keep progressing time so that we can progress forwards. It's kind of how progress works, isn't it? You progress. So yeah, we'll head to the other pasture. And, it's one of the nice things about this yard having so many little pastures is that with Terralife supporting grazing, it is pretty useful. There it is. So yeah, this has got a decent amount of grass, or it looks like it has a decent amount of grass. I really need to get back in here actually. Let's do that. Let's see if we can grab the animal cane, and I think we might need to put water in this jobby, but let's move him back into there. Let's put this somewhere where I should be able to find it this time, because I lost the last one and I had to sell it. Actually, that looks like it has automated watering, so that's quite nice. We'll turn those off. And so yeah, so the Wagyu heifers, so this bull has some food. This one should be able to graze off there, hopefully. Do not seem to be able to get into vehicles at the moment. It might be because I think I might still have white mode turned on. Yeah, then we need to go make some TMR. So got a feeling we did that in the last video as well, unfortunately. That is a big part of the life of Terra. So I'll show and mix, but I think we're going to need to do a couple. Yeah. I think we're going to do a couple. We should probably get a bale spike for the skid steer for doing this, because this is a big tractor for shuffling around here. But I'm not sure the skid steer will reach into the mixer, so it's kind of 50-50 on whether it's a good idea or not. Now we've used all of the bales up that we brought. Well, there's a problem. We better buy some more, hadn't we? Because our own bales have not fermented yet. So, objects, bales, silage bales, clover silage. We'll get another 4 of those. Yes, please. And maize silage. Getting yellow. Yes, please. Probably going to be in the way, but you know. We'll get those put away later on. There we go. And yeah, so I'm kind of not sure what the next job's gonna be. It might be waiting for something to be mowable. It might be waiting for the other crops to be combinable, as in harvestable with a combine, not puttable together. The adjective to combine, or verb, I don't know, I'm not good at English. I sucked at English at school. English language was not one of my favourite subjects. Or literature for that matter. It was not a science, therefore it was not of interest. Actually, we should probably do the mineral feed first. And who remembers how much we need? Not me, not me. Mineral feed, we need 2%, so about 280. Let's call it 300 litres of mineral feed. And we can top it off with moisture feed. Seems sensible to me. Yeah. There we go. So, good news. Hopefully you watched Thursday's video from me. It's kind of thrown a spanner in the bank holiday and my wonderful neighbours, and the very cool blog this week has thrown the old schedule off kilter a little bit. But precision farming and FS25, how exciting is that? I'm pretty excited because it's going to make FS25 more funner. Technical term, by the way, more funner. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. It's one of those essential mods. Selfishly, also a mod that's very good if you've got a YouTube channel that does tutorial type content, because you can make lots of tutorials that people want to watch. Frustratingly, it's also a mod that some people make really bad tutorials about. But, you know, I can't correct the world. So it is what it is. I had to accept yesterday. But it irked me. It irked me. Someone mentioned FS20. You'll know FS22, rolling grass, and it growing quicker. Yep. And I was like Elsa, and I just let it go. Can you tell I really have let it go? Yeah. It was fine. It was absolutely fine that they believed that. And basically at this point I couldn't be asked to argue it anymore. Particularly in the forum that I was in. But yeah, so I think we're going to go back to that sort of fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to precision farming. Will I do as many tutorials this time? Who knows? Who knows? Life is still very chaotic. Today has been monumentally so. I'm sat here staring at WhatsApp, waiting for updates on many things that are happening, which yeah, there's lots of things going on, shall we say. For hay, for fattening cows, for fattening beef cattle. I think mixed ration for fattening cattle from 18 months. Yeah, that's the one we want. And I don't know whether to try and give the bull a little bit of that. That's basically the same recipe, isn't it? Yeah. To be fair, as long as the bull's got food, it don't really matter, does it? Although we could sell them off now. Honestly, I'm just thinking that we've got a lot of months of the heifers being pregnant. They've then got a full cycle of milk production. Do I really want to feed the bulls for that long, or do I sell them? I should look. I might have to look at the value and see if there's a sensible point to sell them on. Versus what we paid. I mean, he's not going to be in good state because he's hungry, but he's worth $4 grand. So, yeah. It's something to consider. It's something to consider. The alternative is I just chuck in some average quality food to keep them alive and then feed them up at the end. Which is an option. Is an option. Don't know if that's going to be enough apple pulp. Might need some more. So we would have to go to the apple pulp buying place. What's the minimum? 11%. I don't think that's going to be enough. We'll see once we've put in all the other stuff. I don't think it is. might be today's job is just feeding animals. And let's be honest, that is a lot of what Terralife is about. I do think that we might want to actually break one of the contracts, get some more bales of food in. Because we're getting through bales quite quickly. And we've still got quite a lot of the year to go. And we've only got one more fermented bale. It does make me wonder if we've even got enough land to keep the cows that we've got. It really does, actually. It really does. We might do well to be doing some contracting. You know, yeah, we are. We need to go get some apple pulp, so I might as well put that whole bale in. Let's stack those ones, seeing as we are already in the loader tractor. Back up. Need to remember where we need to go to get pulp. Right, let's jump in the Deutz, grab the trailer. And head off to the buy point, I think. Get another trailer full. There it is. So out onto the main road. Oh God, I'm never going to remember that. Anchor place. Main road, main T junction, first left. Someone remind me of that as we go. And I do think actually it might be worth us grabbing some of those contracts and because we're playing the proper version of contracts, making use of the fact that we get excess bales. Because we really, really need more feed on the farm. And I don't want to keep having to buy it. Because although we've got a decent amount of cash in the bank at the moment, we're going to start running out of cash. Yeah. And we've only got the one field of silage. Of maize silage. I think things are gonna be a bit tight. So, yeah. I think I needed to be headed. Everyone look away. Everyone look away, okay? Nobody looking? Good. You didn't see that, all right? You didn't see that. because we need to go through here. It would appear to get to the apple thingy. You didn't see that either. All right. Good. Glad we're all on the same page. Yay. It's really frustrating because the farm is just there. But I don't think it, although there's a road there, there's a field in the way. It's not one of our fields, so it's a little bit frustrating. And let's see if we can get trailer under there. If my playing of ETS has paid off, ATS has paid off. Obviously not so far with all the crashes. Look at that. Look at that. Like a pro. So I'll get this loaded up, get it back to the farm, and we'll work out what we're gonna do. Because I'm not sure what it is. Holy bejesus! 36 grand for the apple pulp. I thought that stuff was cheap. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Okay. Ouch. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Yo. So we're back at the farm. Considerably broker. I think we might have to reconsider how we are feeding these cows. They might like apple-y food, but they might not be getting apple-y food anymore. Because that was expensive. Oh, I could feel that. Just gonna have a quick look. Yeah, I think we're maybe going to give them a call and see if they can hook us up with some brewer's grain or some beet pulp next time, which traditionally was significantly cheaper, and hopefully is significantly cheaper, because otherwise we're going to go bankrupt. And the Wagyu bull might be going to make Wagyu steaks. But yes, we definitely need to go raise some funds now. So, because that hurt. That hurt. But we've got options for alternatives in the moisture feed category. And I think brewer's grain or beet pulp are both good options for cheaper feed alternatives. They're going to get to the bare minimum of apple pulp in there, and I hope whoever gets their appley tasting beef is very happy. Oof. I'm still hurting from that one. But let's see if we can at least go feed this to our beefs. Make some tasty beefs. There's the entrance to the beefs over here. No, there's a tree there. Don't have a chainsaw, otherwise there wasn't going to be a tree there. There might not be a tree there for very long, because it's kind of in the way. especially if we're going to keep the Wagyu out here until they calve. There we go. Back that in up to the. I don't need to worry about destroying grass because they've eaten it all. No, okay, not there. Let's see if we can find where we get the trigger. And this will feed them for a decent amount of time, hopefully, if it'll let me put it in. We have in the past delivered food with the mixer wagon, so there we go. Right. I might just save a little bit for the bull, just because I'm fed up of him being right on the borderline of the amount of food that he's got. It is a little bit frustrating. Anyway, I'm going to get these fed and then I'll decide what we're going to do next. So we are up by field 118 and we are going to take on the biggest herb grass baling contract available, with my hope that we will get a nice excess of bales and we'll get paid a bunch of cash. I have spoken to our feed dealer and indeed beet pulp is going to be significantly cheaper, about a factor of 7 at least cheaper, so that's very good. We are going to borrow the equipment for this contract. We don't necessarily need to, but it has quite a nice setup, as you will see. So we are going to borrow the items. Look away, folks. Yeah, because it's kind of a nice rig. And we're going to get this big old field mown and baled. I think therefore I am. I'm not sure how crop destruction works on contract. It shouldn't work, I don't think. No. My thought is that in the interests of progression, we will get course play onto swath dropping. Go for 3 headlands, sharpen corners. Where's island activated? Island headlands 2. Generate me a course. That should be just fine. First waypoint, please. Off you go. Awesome. Yep, we'll let that do its thing. So we will jump in the Fent 714. Very nice. We have a Goville Baler. Also very nice. And strong old fence. I know there's no silage additive tank on there. I was going to say I was tempted to put some silage additive in, but there is no need. So I will start work on the baling. Yeah, so they can do us some beet pulp for significantly cheaper than the apple pulp was, which will be great because that it cost an awful lot. And I guess it sort of makes sense because maybe I don't know actually if the apple pulp is a waste product or not. It would kind of make sense that it is. But I'm not certain. So, but yeah, it's one of those things where we have learned a lesson. That lesson being that apple pulp is darn expensive, and so we will stop feeding them. apple plot. I didn't check brewer's grain. Brewer's grain probably as well is relatively cheap, hopefully. So we will also consider feeding them that as well. So yeah, that will help reduce our feed bill a lot. I'm hoping that we can get some amount of bales off of here, and that will help us a lot as well. In that it'll give us some free silage. Herb grass is in the same group as meadow and grass silage, so it'll be our kind of bulk food. We are having issues, so we're going to go into the VCA menu. We are going to enable manual traction control and diff locks, and off we go. We have a problem, Houston. Come on. Well, that's a bit pants, isn't it? I guess we'll go to the top of the hill and run to the way. Because that was with all of the diff locks and four-wheel drive engaged. So yeah. Not great. Not great. And bigger tractor is required, please, game. Yes, and I'm missing some bits. We'll tidy up at the end, because otherwise Cartech will get mad with me if I leave a mess. So yeah, I'm going to get some of this baled up, and I will see you all in a bit. Making pretty good progress with this. Not had any more incidents of getting stuck yet. Famous last words. So it's just that one strip up there where the tractor couldn't pull the baler up the hill. There is the odd missed bit still. I'm still missing bits. I haven't looked. I can't remember. I can't even remember if we can have better contracts with. We can. So we need to deliver about. Probably, I need to work it out. What was that? 13 4K bales. We're making 3K bales. Or let's call it 50,000 litres with 4,000 litre bales. So that's 10, 11, 12. Still 13 bales. So. We're making 3,000 litre bale, sorry. So 10 is 30,000. I missed the bottom corner there. Oops. So if we do 10 is 30,000. 15 would be 45,000. 16 would be 48. So 17 bales need to go to the sell point, which is the Balen-Verkhof. Yep, they need to go there. So 17, I think I said. 45. Yeah, 17 bales need to go there. We've made 15. We're not going to get that many bales actually, which is not awesome. It's not awesome. But oh well. We will have recovered some of the cash that we laid out. Again, we've got a few bits to pick up still. We need to make sure we're going downhill. when we attack that big missed chunk from earlier. Yeah, we need 2 more for the delivery. And I don't think we're going to get that many for ourselves to keep, which is disappointing. But it is what it is. Yeah, so I'll finish this up and we'll see what we end up with. Oh, yeah. We're not going to get very many spare bales out of this unless I've done my maths really freaking wrong. So let's do some maths, shall we, with a calculator. I'll just finish. So I got almost a full bale out of that strip of shame that we had missed. But yeah, that's bale number 17. And this is almost the last swath. So, I mean, there are a bunch of scraggly bits, but really, it's not that much. It's just this bit and some scraggly bits. So, yeah. Let's just move you out of the way. Yeah, reverse works. Reverse works. We'll just back you into the corner. And, yeah. Good job we weren't making big bales, but I just want to double check. If we just go for 50,000 divided by 3,000, yeah, 16.6 bales. So we are right on it. And really don't think that we are gonna get any more. So there's a fence there. Right, I was just reading an important text message. So I will be back in 1 moment. So we are collecting bales. I'm going up to the top of the hill first because of the power issues we had, and then it is quite a trek to the bale hall and thingamabobber. It's basically most of the way across the map. So yeah, it's going to be quite a drive. And we are gaining cash money payment, I guess. So we're going to get back some of the money we paid out for the food, and we can buy bales with it. But yeah, a little bit disappointed. A little bit disappointed. Not the end of the world, but not the result I was hoping for. Not the result I think we got when we did the baling contract on Pelegni with earlier versions of Terralife Plus. Now, I think some of the yields and things were adjusted, but contracts should take account of that. So it might be that my better contracts settings are set a little harshly. That is entirely possible. This could be all my own fault. Yeah, because I've got bale delivery set to 90%, which is about where we are, really, isn't it? So yeah, it's my own fault, really. Yeah, we should have got maybe about a bale. And with the extra we're delivering as part of a bale, not far off, I guess. So yeah, it is what it is. We can change it at this point. We'll just pocket the 11 grand and learn, I guess. And we need to head Zatve. Sorry, Mr. Farmer, your field appears to be somewhat empty. We need to head towards the light. So I'm not sure of the way across the map here, but we'll try our best. And I'm going to call it a day then, folks, because I need to go get some food and do some other things. So we will see, and life is happening in the background as we speak. And as I said, life is kind of hectic today. I'm pressing brake. I'm trying to go in cab, but I was pressing the buttons for ATS to go in cab rather than FS, and it doesn't work, you know. It doesn't work. That's a nice little car park there. Spot to stop and park up to walk the dog. Yeah, I'll stop there. I'll stop there. Let's not go visiting the woods though, hey? My mind goes some strange places sometimes, folks. Really does. Which way do we want to go here? Let's go left and then right. Links fahren. I do like the tree stumps with the bits sticking up. They are very nice. I'm just very subtly changing the subject. And then let's go down here, and then where do I want to turn? Not that one. That one, okay. Odds on me getting lost. Nice to see some other bits of the map. I'll say that. I'll say that for sure. Not that one. Oh, don't save while I'm trying to drive. Past field 139. And then we want to throw another left. I think that's the animal dealer there. I believe so. And then yeah, we want to do a left. Left. And then head up here. Head towards the light. Head towards the light and the exclamation mark. And yeah, this will be it for today, folks. I will keep progressing in the background, I think, to try and get towards the point we can do some things. God, this is going to be snug. This might be the animal dealer, actually. Open says me. In we go. Where is it? Yeah, there's the animal dealer. There we go. I feel like maybe there should be animals in those. Maybe they died because they didn't have food. Let's deliver the bales and let's get out of here. You might hear my phone beeping in the background. That is because I'm getting some messages about things that are happening. There we go. And we are done. So I'm gonna walk home from here. So we shall call it a day. Let's collect that. I might do a few more contracts in the background as I pass time, but thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members, and I will see you all next time.